Hello students. Today I shall be discussing with you one of the numerical related to accounting for not-for-profit organization. In the previous lecture if you have if you have attended the previous lecture, I have discussed about the meaning of a not-for-profit organization. I have discussed about the various financial statements that are prepared by a not-for-profit organization. And in today's lecture session, I shall be discussing with you a numerical of receipts and payments account, which is the first financial statement or first component of the financial statement prepared by a not-for-profit organization. So to recapitulate the things we have discussed in the previous lecture, a not-for-profit organization is an organization which is set up with the purpose or with the motive of providing service and not with the motive of earning profit. They provide service to the society at large or sometimes to its members and clients. So now if you look at the screen, you will find the question that I have shared is, okay, I read with me. The question is on Tongla Tea Managers Club. Okay, so Tongla Tea Managers Club has a cash and bank balance of rupees 6,200 and 10,500 respectively on 1st April 2018. So that is the opening balance of cash and bank. From the following information, prepare a receipts and payments account for the year ended 31st March 2019. You have entrance fees received, you have salaries paid, donations, then you have subscriptions received 17-18, 18-19, 19-20. Now understand, we are talking about the year which began on 1st April 2018. You see, the balance of cash and bank are given as on 1st April 2018. Okay, and the year ended is on 31st of March 2019. So the current year that we are concerned with is 2018-19. This is the year we are concerned in this particular numerical. Okay, so subscription received 17-18 means you have received subscription in the current year, but this subscription was due for the previous year. Then 18-19 for the year that we are concerned with, and 19-20 is for the next year. You have got this money in advance. Okay, so now coming to the thing, what is subscription? That is, most of you might be having that question, what is the meaning of subscription? Now understand, this club, how does this club function? How does this club operate? Most of the clubs, okay, that you see around in your neighborhood or you have encountered or come across, they survive on donations, they survive on subscription, that is, they subscribe on membership fees. Okay, so what happens if today you want to become a member of a club? You will have to pay some money, that is your entrance fees. Okay, and then you have to pay them some money on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, quarterly basis, and by collecting that money from the different members, the club survives. They also accept donations, some members, okay, some guest donations also, but mostly they survive on subscription, which is a regular source of income for these clubs or not-for-profit organizations. So subscription is basically the membership fees, okay, so that a particular club accepts from its members. Okay, and with that money, what they do different kinds of services. Now that those services can be for the society at large, or can be member specific, or can be client specific. Okay, that depends on the objective of that particular not-for-profit organization. So now what happens, every member has to pay this subscription every year, every month as per the rules. So what happens, some of the members do not pay, maybe for many reasons. They have failed to make the payment on time. Then what they do is that they make the payment later on. Say in the last 3 months they could not pay in the month of January, February, March. They cleared it in the month of April. So what happens in that case is that in the month of April, when you get the money, you get the subscription, but this subscription belongs to the previous year. Some members, what they do is that they pay the subscription for say 3 years. So they pay it for 3 years advance. For 2 years advance. 1 year for the current year they are paying it, and for the next 2 years they are paying it in advance. So that is an income for the next years, for the succeeding years, but you have got it in the current year. So this kind of things happen, and hence you see subscription received 1718 means for the year 1718, 1819 means for the year 1819, 1920 means for the year 1920, but all this money you got in the current year. Then again you have outstanding subscription for 1819 means for the current year some of the members have not paid you money. Then you have sports materials purchased. You have purchased what? Sports materials. Obviously your club is organizing some sporting events maybe. You have paid sundry expenses. You have received live membership fees. You have annual sports day expenses. You have outstanding salaries. Again, in your club you could not pay money to your employees. You have some employees in your club but you couldn't salaries. Due to some reason maybe. You have repair expenses. You have purchased books. You have got donation for building. You have honorarium. You have municipal tax paid, and you have a closing balance of cash in hand. How much? 4,200. And it says entrance fees to be treated as revenue receipt. Okay, now what is revenue receipt? In the previous lecture I have discussed with you that revenue receipt, capital receipt, revenue payments, capital payments. We segregate them when we do or when we solve or prepare an income and expenditure account. But in receipts and payments account, we need not be concerned about that. Okay, what we are concerned about in receipts and payments, that we will see in the current year. Did you get cash? If the answer is yes, you will record on the receipt side. During the current year, did you make payment of cash? If the answer is yes, you will record on the payment side. But that much, only that much. Any cash receipt on the receipt side or debit side. Any cash payment on the credit side or the payment side. We are not concerned about capital item or revenue item. We will discuss them gradually in the next lecture when we will discuss income and expenditure account. But now we will simply be looking out to the aspects of whether we have received cash, whether we have paid cash. And we will restrict our observations to only that. But if you have not paid any cash, you will never record as an expense. You have not received any cash, something is accrued, something is outstanding, you will never record it in receipts and payments account. Okay, so now if you look into the screen, you have the solution there. You see, as I told you, receipts and payments account, I repeat once again, is a summary of all cash transactions. We record all cash receipts on the debit side, we record all cash payments on the credit side. So now you see, it begins with the opening balance of cash and the opening balance of bank. Then you see subscriptions you have received, all receipts, maybe for the previous year, maybe for the current year, maybe for the next year, doesn't matter. You have received in the current year, you will record. So you see all of them has been recorded and the summation has been written in the amount column. You have got donation for your building, you have got entrance fees, you have got normal donations, you have got life membership fees, all these are your receipts. And your payments are, you have paid for your salary, but again you will see that there is a salary outstanding. Did you record that? No, because salary outstanding means you had to pay, but you did not pay. So since you have not paid, you will not record it. You have subscriptions outstanding, means you had to get the money, but you did not get. So cash was not received. In salary outstanding, cash was not paid. So since it is not paid, since subscription is not received, it is outstanding, you will ignore simply. So you will only take cash receipts and cash payments. Next you see, you have sports materials, you have purchased, so you have made a payment. You have sundry expenses, you have annual sports day expenses, repairs, books purchased, honorarium, municipal taxes paid, and finally you have cash in hand 200. Now in this particular question, all the informations are provided. You have your receipts, you have your payments. By looking at the particular question, you have to understand that which of the items are receipts and which of the items are payments. And then you have to separate them. You put the receipts on the debit side, you put the payments on the credit side. Okay. And now see, the opening balance had a cash, the opening balance also had a bank balance. But in this particular question, it did not have any closing balance of bank. So that will be the balancing figure. Like ledger balancing, in the similar manner, you will add both the sides and then you will check in which side the amount is less. In this particular question, when you add both the sides without the balance of bank, you will find that the credit side amount total is lesser than the debit side. That means the balancing figure will appear on the credit side. Now if the debit side would have been less, it would have come on the debit side as 2 bank overdraft. So we will do all those kind of sums in the subsequent lectures. Okay, so this is a receipts and payments account. The last final amount, that is the balance of bank at the end of the year, is the balancing figure, that is 15,400. So it is very simple. Try to follow the lecture as I say, that what are the things that will come on the debit side, what are the things that will come on the credit side, and what are the things that will ignore while preparing the receipts and payments account. Okay, so now you can see, you can look in the screen, I am sharing another numerical with you. After understanding the numerical that I have discussed with all of you, try to solve this one. Take a screenshot and try to solve this numerical. Okay, I hope most of the things are clear. If you have any confusion, you can put your questions and we will discuss that in the next lecture. Thank you.